Have you ever felt that heart-wrenching sting of being unwanted by your own child? Or maybe it's the deep fear that you've been left behind or forgotten. Today, I want to dive into the difference between rejection and abandonment during estrangement. And I want to help you understand how both of these emotions can be the key to your healing journey. So let's dive in. Number one is understanding the difference between the two, between rejection and abandonment, because there really is a distinct difference. And rejection is really where you feel more like unloved or unwanted because of specific actions or words that were said to you. So it's that sting that when your efforts or where you try to connect, when those go unnoticed or are dismissed, you're going to feel rejection. Abandonment is deeper though. Abandonment is the fear of being permanently left behind, which I know both of you, some of you are feeling both of those, right? The abandonment is fear of being permanently left behind, discarded, and forgotten. And both of those are so painful, but recognizing which of these emotions is more dominant for you can be super powerful in the next step towards healing for yourself. And so I want you to keep that in mind. Secondly is how estrangement triggers feelings of rejection. So during estrangement, you may be receiving triggers in your own life and feeling these things such as unmet expectations, right? You may have negative interactions with your adult child that often lead to rejection through conversation, what they said, what they did, or lack of, right? So common triggers could be not being invited to important life events. I've talked to many moms who are not being invited to weddings or being able to see their grandchildren. Maybe you're being ignored or suddenly being cut off without any explanation. And I know a lot of you are dealing with that as well. And these are the moments that can make you feel like you're not enough or questioning your worth as a mom. The third one is the deep emotional wound of abandonment. That is even deeper, but because estrangement, when you think about it, it really stirs up all the emotions. It stirs up feelings of abandonment, not just from your child, but also, like we've talked about before, is the relationship you thought you always had or was going to have when they were adults. It might connect to some older wounds or unresolved trauma that you have, which is going to exacerbate it. It's going to make the pain feel even more intense or overwhelming. And so I just want to mention, if you are that mom that's ready to take the next step in taking care of yourself during this difficult time, if you're looking for a lifeline and you're committed to finding peace and support, then I want you to reach out to me, and you can click the link below for the discovery call and we can explore how I can help. It's 30 minutes where we're going to focus on your needs, your journey, and how coaching can provide the support that you need. I look forward to seeing and hearing from you for those of you that are ready for that journey. Those of you that are ready to prioritize that well-being, I am definitely there for you. So if you're ready to invest in yourself, click the link to schedule that discovery call. It's in the pinned comment and in the description. All right, number 4 is understanding how both emotions, rejection and abandonment, impact your healing. So rejection often leads, for most of us, it leads to self-blame, it leads to doubt, and maybe even a loss of self-worth. Abandonment can create anxiety, fear of further loss of other relationships or just relationships in general. And that can leave you feeling hopeless. And that's where we do not want you to get. So you need to identify whether rejection or abandonment is at the root of your pain, because that can help you address your future healing journey with more clarity than maybe you would have had otherwise. And again, like I said, some of you are dealing with both, but usually there's a primary. Number 5 is common reactions. Feeling rejected and abandoned. When you're feeling that way, most of the time, what you're probably doing is overcompensating. So you try to fix the relationship or prove your worth to that person. And in this case, being your child, right? But when you're feeling abandoned, sometimes we withdraw, shut down, or isolate. And so some of you might have started out with rejection, and then over time, after you've had no contact, you're going into the isolation. And all of these reactions are normal, but left unchecked, they will block your path to healing. They will block your path to, honestly, even reconciliation, in my opinion, because you have to focus on yourself here. You have to make the first move in taking care of you. But nextly is that healing can happen for both of these. So if you are the mom in rejection, I want you to start building some self-compassion for yourself and remind yourself that your worth is not tied to someone else's approval, not even your child. And for those of you that are feeling abandoned, I want you to focus on strengthening other relationships, and I need you to find peace within the current reality and recognize you are not alone. I promise you, you are not alone in this. And it's so important that you realize that as well. And then number 7 is empathy. We need empathy for both yourself and for your child, because you need to acknowledge that your pain is real and stop judging yourself. But trying also to understand that your child's actions are likely coming from their own struggles or unmet needs that they have. And that is 99% of the time a lot of the issue. But this perspective of that, it doesn't excuse their behavior, but it will help you manage your own feelings. And that is super important. So I just want to encourage you. I want to help you move towards empowerment. We need to reframe this. We need to reframe all of this, because you can't control anyone else's actions but your own. So I want you to go out there and I want you to engage in some activities that support you in your healing. Find joy in the things that you're doing. Join supportive communities, whether it's mine or someone else's. You need community. And so I hope that helps. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.